Hello there, Larry Hillman with Larry Hillman Ministries, and this is part 3 on ventriloquism. And Ribbit now, hello there. Okay, Ribbit is going, I'm going to show you a little part of a routine. Ribbit has a routine where he plays baseball. And you're going to see a picture of him in his baseball suit in just a moment here. You'll see him in some other things as well, but we'll get to that in a minute. But in that routine, he's trying to hit the ball that's being thrown by the pitcher. And so I'm going to jump into that routine and just to show you how I move him around and stuff. Now, Ribbit's up to bat, and the pitcher's out there fixing to throw him the ball. The pitcher's got the ball. And then what happened? Well, he went around and around, and he threw it. Chung! Now, just something as simple as that. They were looking at him and you were looking at him, and the kids absolutely loved that going around. And on the third strike, the first 2 strikes he goes around twice. And on the third strike, he says he goes around and around 3 times. And then since you can't say pitcher very well, unless you put the T in there, of course. Anyway, in my routine, Ribbit says that you throw it back out to the other person, and I say, you mean the pitcher? And he says, how'd you know that? Were you there? Were you there? No, I wasn't there. Are you sure? I'm sure. So then the next time they threw the ball, they threw it out there again to the kid, the pitcher. You were there. No, I wasn't there. And sometimes the kids like that, and I follow it. He'll do that. We'll do more on that. Sometimes they don't care at all that he says I was there. So read the crowd and kind of follow along with whatever they enjoy and they're having fun with. But make it silly, make it outlandish. He tells a story about David. Yeah, he was in the Shepherd's Union. Yeah, David was in the Shepherd's Union. And he had a coffee break. Yeah, David went on a coffee break. He got in a fight with the great, that guy up there. Yeah, Goliath. Okay. But he's outlandish in the things that he does. And then, you trying to choke me? No, I'm sorry. Then let me put Ribbit down for a second and get off. And now the point of Ribbit's routine is that Ribbit became angry at not being able to hit the ball. And he responded incorrectly. And then we talk about the fact with the children that just because you're mad doesn't give you the right to do something wrong. Arlo, his routine is that he wants people to like him. So he's lying and making up these crazy stories to try to do something to make people like him. And so he's told them that he has a rocket-powered tricycle. Right? And the more he explains it and talks about it, the sillier it sounds. So finally it gets to the point that I ask him how you crank this thing up. And here's what he says. So we'll do that little part of the routine for you. Arlo, how do you crank up this rocket-powered tricycle? You take that arm right there. This one here. Easy, that's attached, Oh, I'm sorry. And what do? You pull in the clutch. Okay, you do like this and pull in the clutch? Yeah. And then what happens? You take that other arm, leave it alone. Okay, I'm sorry. And what do? You hit the starter. Okay, you hit the starter, and what happens when you hit the starter? Thank you. All right, so now you hit the starter. Well, I'm certainly not going to say start. I'm not going to say that word again. Anyway, so you see there, he was outlandish and loud and doing all kinds of things, and he got the kids to look at him. And it entertains the kids. And when you entertain, some people think that that's a nasty word when it comes to church. But entertain really means to keep their attention, if you look it up in the dictionary. So do things that are going to keep their attention. So when you have your vent figures, all right, whatever they are, let them be wild. Let them be outlandish. Let them tell funny things and do funny things. I had years ago, I was at a church and there was another lady there who had a very expensive vent figure. The eyes rolled and the eyebrows went up and down, and she was really better at not moving her lips than I was. But her puppet just kind of sat there and talked, and that's all he ever did. And he looked around. I brought my cheap little $50 ribbit up there, and the kids loved him 10 times as much because of what he did, and the way that he did it. So make sure that you practice with not moving your jaw. Then pick that voice, that's one you can sustain. Pick your puppet, and then practice interacting with that puppet where you have a conversation with them. You're treating them as though they are a real live person, and then let them be outlandish in what they do. Now, Ribbit tells all kinds of stories, and at Halloween, I go in a day or so after Halloween when they have a sale on all the little costumes, and you can buy so many things, and you can use toddler clothes on him. You're going to see Ribbit's got a little suit and a tie, which was a little toddler outfit, and a little pair of swimming trunks. And so I dress him up. So I'm going to show you a few pictures right now of what Ribbit, his different props that he wears. Okay, we'll take a look. So you see that you can dress them up all kinds of different ways. Arlo actually has on a little jacket here, like a leather jacket, because he's a cool dude on a cycle. And Ribbit has all those clothes that he wears, and sometimes Arlo has ones that he wears. Those props make all the difference in the world. The kids love it when they come out with all those props on. So go find something, tell the story that goes along with it, where the, Ribbit thought he was really cool, or in one of them he was saying that he was a Mexican because, and when he spoke Spanish, all he knew was Taco El Grande or burrito. And we talked about the fact that just because you say you're something doesn't mean that you are. Just like if you say you're a Christian, it doesn't mean you are a Christian until you ask Jesus into your heart. So anyway, you can use a lot of those costumes and really help get your point across. So if you have any questions, you can email me at larryhillmanministries@yahoo.com, and or make a comment below after you have liked the video, and then subscribe to the channel. Larry Hillman at Larry Hillman Ministries. See you next time. God bless. See you later. Yeah, how are you doing? Yeah, okay, bye. Okay.